Hey, what's happening, guys? This is Super Snow, and I decided to rewatch the original prequels for Star Wars Episode 7, which is coming up quicker than I could have imagined. And I went ahead and watched the original trilogy as well, so that way I can pretty much get as much up to date on them as I can, because I haven't really watched them since at least the prequels were in theaters, because I'm not like 40 something years old. But I decided to post in this one group on Facebook. I'm not gonna name it anymore because there's no point. Because people give me shit. Oh, you shouldn't name. You don't. It doesn't make you look good when you name people. What the fuck ever, man. Do you think I give a shit? Anyways, so I decided to post in there saying, you know what, guys, the prequels aren't that bad, and the Star Wars fan base has basically become one of two people, and I'm going to tell you what they are in just a second. Well, I might as well just tell you now. They're basically one of two people. You get the fan base who loves the originals, who somewhat enjoyed the prequels. They didn't like them that much, obviously, but they also, they understand that without the prequels, we possibly wouldn't even have Episode 7. What's funny? All these people creaming their pants over Battlefront, they also hate the prequels, yet they fail to realize without the prequels, they wouldn't even have a Battlefront game. Like, at all. There would be no Battlefront game. And Knights of the Old Republic, people love that game. I love it. We wouldn't have those. There's just like a plethora of Star Wars games, man. I could go for like hours talking about at least the decent ones. But that's funny. And then you get one of the most rabid fanboys of all time. Worse than Five Nights at Freddy's, worse than Nintendo fanboys, worse than all of those combined, okay? You get the fans who will literally sit there and goddamn near worship the originals, okay? And if you fucking dare to say, well, I kind of enjoyed the prequels. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. You're fucking retarded. You're a little baby. Oh, they changed it to be more child friendly. They did this. They did that. Duh, duh, duh. And they will literally go on a tangent like a rabid fucking animal at you. Like a goddamn animal tearing into you. Just because you're not the fanboy who cries out, the prequels were terrible. The originals are the best, and anybody who says otherwise is a fucking idiot. You're no different than any of these other fanboys who say pretty much the exact same goddamn thing about anything else. You know what's funny? All these people who are like creaming themselves over the original trilogy fail to realize, especially like nowadays, like what has it been? Nearly 40 years since the first Star Wars came out back in 1977. You fail to realize no reboot or sequel in today, 2015 and beyond, is gonna outdo movies from like the 70s or even 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like an Alien movie today is definitely not gonna be as good as Alien or Aliens. Okay, what was the latest Alien? I didn't even fucking watch it, but you know what I'm talking about. The one that took place in like that small town, and you know the one I'm talking about. Like that one. That just proves that, yeah, most sequels these days, or reboots, or whatever, they kind of suck ass. Okay? You might get one good one, like the Star Trek ones that are being directed by the same person who's directing Episode 7. They were decent films. Okay? They weren't anything great, and in fact, they weren't anything as good as the originals, but they were still decent. I enjoyed them. As someone who doesn't really watch Star Trek, I still was able to watch them, and as someone who was like somewhat informed of the original Star Treks, yeah, they did a pretty good job. Okay? And I feel like these Star Wars movies are going to be the exact same thing. They're going to harken back to the originals, but they're never going to be as good. And that's just something these fanboys fail to realize. And they are so, especially if they've been here since like the 1970s, they are so fucking ignorant that they've literally had 30 to nearly 40 years now to hone in on that ignorance. It's like arguing with a 98-year-old racist. It doesn't matter what his color is, like a racist old man. I mean, you can argue with him and prove him wrong, but he's still going to be racist. Like that's inherent now. It's been honed into his fucking brain for pretty much his whole life, okay? If you grew up in the 1970s with Star Wars, yeah, it's going to be honed into your head that those original Star Wars are going to be the absolute best. And that is true. The original three Star Wars, okay? A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi are three of the greatest movies of all time. I will never, say that they aren't. But I also have to admit that the prequels, at the very least, gave us some pretty cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Star Wars video games, as a gamer, are some of the greatest. Like, Knights of the Old Republic, honestly, are one of my favorite RPGs of all time. And I play RPGs all the fucking time. I still haven't even beaten Final Fantasy VII, and I've been playing that out the ass recently. Okay? So, yeah, I'm a big fan of RPGs, and I really wish that I could get a third Knights of the Old Republic. Seriously, it takes, like 1,000 years before the original prequels? You could do so many... Anyways, that's not the point of this video. Point being is, don't argue with Star Wars fanboys, guys. Please, if you take anything from my videos, don't ever argue with Star Wars fanboys, okay? Even if you're 100% right? Even if everything you say is a 100% fact, they will still not listen, because that is the mentality of a fanboy. It's my way or the highway. And yes, that is a song. I'm quoting a song. If you know the song, you're a pretty badass person. But anyways, guys, this is Super Snow. I just wanted to get this off my chest because it's just dealing with all kinds of fan bases. You start to see a trend of the same kind of bullshit with a large majority of fan bases, and some take it far over the top, more over the top, I should say, than others, and it just gets ridiculous. So I just wanted to put my thoughts on that, guys. Anyways, this is Super Snow. I'll see you guys later.